Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. I'm a little under the weather, so just kind of taking a little precaution in my gym because I can't get my kids sick because or my wife, their body is, immune compromised. So I gotta hang out in the gym a little bit whenever they're around, not be around them. Try not to touch the same stuff. That thing's still out here and it's moving around, so I got to be careful because a couple people I was around was sick, so y'all forgive me. But I was sitting here and I was thinking about something because it's one thing that I noticed in my sessions with clients, which the session's booked into August now, but I put the link in the description of the video in case you need one. But one of the big words that keep coming up is forgiveness. And in every friendship, in every family, in every relationship, forgiveness will be a thing because we're human. Humans, we're gonna tell lies, we're gonna do things we shouldn't do. So if you're married, you've had to forgive your spouse. Your spouse has had to forgive you. If you got any friend, any family, you've had to forgive somebody, somebody has had to forgive you. And that's part of it. And y'all gotta forgive, I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit, throat a little hurt. I was around these guys and they were sick and stuff passing around, so please forgive me. But got to work through it. And me working and serving, that's what give me a little energy, keep me alive, instead of just laying down and sulking. So this word forgiveness keeps coming up. And I remember when I had this quote out, which I'm almost done with my personal quote app, so y'all get ready. But it's only on Apple, so y'all forgive me if you're on Android. It's only gonna be on Apple, but it's my quotes, not other people's quotes. I had this quote out and it had a quote in there and it said, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. And that thing hit me. I say, wow. And so what this really means when you break this down, what this really means is that with this forgiveness, it's not about the person you're forgiving. It's about you. Because when you hold on to resentment, when you don't seek to understand and then be understood, as Stephen R. Covey says, and you hold on to resentment, it's burning you up. It's eating you alive. When you hate your mother, you hate your father, you hate your brother, your sister, your spouse, when you're holding on to this, everything that has happened to you, and you have this woe is me mentality, it's eating you up. It's breaking you down. And the person who hurt you, they going about their business. Yeah, they might think about the pain they cause from time to time, but for the most part, they going about their business. They living their life. They doing what they gotta do, and you are sitting and sulking and wallowing in that unforgiveness. And they going and they forgive themselves and they move on and they start getting blessed. You ever see somebody do you wrong and then later you see them, they get a promotion, they get opportunity, they brand. I know I probably hurt people in my past and they look at my life today from online and like, whoa, how he got blessed. Listen, I had to repent. Then I had to forgive myself. Then I had to forgive the people who hurt me. And then I moved on with my life. And I trust God in the process, and God showed up and showed out. And so what you have to realize is that when you holding on to this resentment, when you are disgruntled, when you bitter, when you holding on to this stuff, you only hurting you. Because that resentment and the things that you feeling, it's not hurting them because they can't feel it. It's in your mind. It's in your heart. It becomes a cancerous cell to you. It devours you. It keeps you up at night. It ruins your appetite. It stifles your goals, your dreams. It hinders you from going and from growing. And this is what we got to understand. And a lot of times we just don't understand that, but we got to get to that place to where you're able to say, you know what? Let me forgive. And one of the ways to forgive is when you seek to understand. And this is one of the things we do not do as humans. We only look at it from our perspective. But when you take and the person that you struggling to forgive, when you put your feet in their shoes and you walk a mile, you then begin to realize, wow, their shoes hurt. These shoes hurt. And when you walk through this and you start to see, and you start to envision and I always tell people who can't forgive their mother or their father, I say, listen, go sit down and talk to your mama or your daddy. When you see what they suffered, you like, wow, that happened to you? Like, I coached a young lady with just public knowledge now because she wrote a book. And this young lady, stepfather, put a sandwich bag on his man part and inserted himself in her exit in the rear. Her stepfather. She told her mom. Mom didn't do anything. Mom didn't lead a man. He did this to her in different ways from the age of 2 to the age of 17 until eventually the police found out. And I think he got arrested and probably went to jail for a little while and later got out. Mom stayed with the man. Now, imagine that woman being your mother. And this young lady, she got 4 kids. This not really, when somebody go through something like that from the age of 2 to 17, how mad can you be at somebody if they curse at you? If they verbally abusive from time to time? If they snap? If they go through depression? It's like when you take and imagine being in your basement, you tired from school, you down in your basement, you laying down taking a nap, and you wake up and you go to get up and you go to the room you get up and you feel something wet on your back. And it is a man's that come out of him because of what he did to himself while you were sleeping. Imagine that. That's what happened to her. So this is what I try to tell people. It's like there's men who are vicious. They do some crazy things. But a lot of people don't realize is that man could have been beat to a pulp by his father, by his stepfather. That his cousin, his uncle, his brother could have stuck their full-grown man parts into his rectum. But see, we don't take the time to walk through somebody else's shoes. And forgiveness does not mean staying with somebody. Don't feel like that. Forgiveness could mean forgiving them for what they did to you and moving on with your life. That's what I mean by forgive and forget. Sometimes forgive and forget mean forgiving them for what they did and then moving on with your life and forgetting them, forgetting that they exist. But you have forgiven them. You're not holding a grudge. You ain't wishing death on them. You ain't wishing the worst on them. And I know this hard, and I know it take time, and I know you gonna hold on to it for a while. But as long as you holding on to it, you a prisoner. They got you in their prison. They running through your mind all the time. They stifling you. They hindering you. And they gonna go on and live their life and flourish. So listen to me. You got to realize and understand that this is something that's bigger than you, but it's something for you. Forgive your mama. Forgive your daddy. Forgive your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, your husband, your wife. Forgive. And then assess if it means forget, meaning moving on with your life, removing them from your life. See if you need to do that. If they're going to continue to hurt you, continue to whatever, that might mean moving on with your life. So, hey, this is Tony Gasson. God bless you. Hope this helped you. We'll talk soon.